What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Another episode with Candace and I.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back.
And today, we got one of our favorite guests that's back joining us, Chantae McMillan.
Hi, thank you.
How's it going?
Good. Told you I'm in Virginia now and trying to adjust still to this new house, but everything is going well here.
Good. Optimism, staying positive.
Right? So before we get into the show, I think Candace got some icebreaker questions for you.
Oh yeah, just something not too big, but just a few questions. So obviously with you being such a disciplined athlete, I really want to know, what is your guilty pleasure? And it doesn't have to necessarily just be like food wise. It could be habit wise. It could be wasting time in some kind of way.
Right when you say that, my first response is ice cream. Jenny's ice cream, to be specific. Have you had Jenny's ice cream?
I have never.
You're missing out. I'm serious. You need to go to the store tomorrow and get Jenny. It's expensive, but it's worth it for at least once a month to get that ice cream. It's so good. Jenny's, JE&I.
Discipline now, Candace. Discipline.
Okay.
But then in my off season, I waste time, but that's because I want to do so much, and then I get lost in the habit of not doing anything at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So also, because even watching the videos from you on the Titan games and stuff like that, we've seen how intense you are. So I want to know, what's your biggest fear?
I think my biggest fear is, I guess, not leaving this world better before I leave it. Like I said, I want to do so much, and then it's just figuring out where I need to start. And that's what I've been trying to do over this past month with my off season in place. So yeah, doing a lot of things to this world before I leave it. That's if I leave this place without making a huge difference, I'm going to be up in heaven, looking down pretty sad or something.
I don't think that emotion is allowed up there, but yeah. But cool. All right. And I know you have a young son, so I want to know, what's your favorite show that you allow him to watch? Because I know sometimes as moms, we get stuck in having to watch what our kids have on TV or what they have on their tablet or something.
Right now, I'm singing the song to Gabby's Playhouse. It's okay, I have a son, but this is a more girly show, and it's a woman who...
I haven't heard of
Netflix.
Oh, okay. Maybe I have.
It's kitten ears on, and then she presses it and then goes off into Wonderland with his little cat, and they explore stuff. They bake. He likes when they bake cupcakes, and then he comes and runs to me. He's like, "Do we have a cupcake?" I'm like, "We don't have cupcakes." So I usually hum that song throughout the day.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. I know there's been plenty of times where I've heard my older daughter, well, not older daughter, I only have one daughter. My daughter, who is older than my son, she always picks with him because sometimes he'll watch certain shows and she'll make a comment about it. And he's like, "It's not just for girls. Mommy, tell her it's not just." And I'm very adamant about pushing that. No, I'm like, you can like what you like. It's not about boys. You like what you like. He likes what he likes. Just leave it at that. Okay.
That's what
She was like, "But Mommy, it's a little weird." No, it's not weird. It's what he wants.
Whatever keeps him happy.
Okay. Right. Exactly. So this one is a little bit more lighthearted, but I hope you're open to talking about it. So this one, explain your tweet. July 14th.
Dang, Candace.
It was more of a hassle to go back upstairs to get pants. So I took my dog out in my underwear. Good morning, new neighbors. This is me. I was once totally naked on a magazine cover, so whatever. I need backstory.
Love it, by the way. Love it.
I need backstory.
It was super early in the morning. I legit did this, but like I'm like half naked when I train anyways. I'm wearing sports bra, little tiny shorts. So I'm like, I don't see this as any different. So here I go. They're not up. I'm sure no one sees me. And so we did that. And yeah, it was on a magazine, naked, so it's fine.
Right. No, that's totally fun. I'm sitting there thinking about it'd be that one time that somebody just have to look out the window, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, you're going viral. Right. I was just trying to walk my zone. Yeah. But no, that's all I had. That's all I had, man.
Dang, you pull out the receipts on it.
I had to. I needed that one.
I just want to know, what is your choice of music? What are you currently listening right now?
So many things. On my Pandora, I like a Leon Bridges mix right now. So, and then Brittany from Alabama Shakes. I don't know. I forget her last name, but she's in that same genre as Leon Bridges. So those are nice, like at home, like cooking type of song, like stations, I guess. And then, yeah, like yesterday in the gym, I put on just like the latest hits or whatever. So, but I like country too, and a lot of old school stuff. I also played the 60s, like a 60s list last night while I was cooking. So a lot.
60.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting. No, I see, because like,
you don't hear that too much, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, in our house, I mean, the 70s music is popping a lot. I mean, the 80s. Matter of fact, my husband, every time Michael Jackson comes on, because he like plays it for the kids all the time. So my son just turned 4. My husband be quick to be like, "Who is that singing?" And my son be like, "Michael Jackson." He's like, "Yeah, you gonna know Michael Jackson." So like, we play all that, but 60s. Surprises me.
I just saw the playlist that it had Sam Cooke on there, so I was like, I'm gonna listen to this. And then I hope my son knows all these people too. Like my thing is the OJs and the Temptations and the Shy Lights.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a good playlist right there.
Yeah,
I was just playing that. My grandma was just visiting, so I like, "Grandma, what's your favorite song?" She said, "Anything by the Temptations, baby. Just put it on."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but but as you were giving that list, the first thing I was thinking was like, I guess when it comes to the working out though, you need something more upbeat and to keep you motivated, keep you going.
I mean, sometimes I play Trey songs. So
really,
see, I'm like that. So I'm like, I can work out to gospel music and R&B. Yeah, I really can.
Well, but what's the tempo of the music is what I'm saying.
Like it could be slow. It could be slow, and I'm still working out.
So someone be like Amazing Grace, where they the style where they holding out amazing, and you say doing all this. See, no, I need some. No lie, I have. Cardi B Pandora is my go-to, so I be in there thinking I'm just so hard as I'm trying to do something. You know what I mean? I be feeling it. All right. I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay.
Oh man,
but
that's funny.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that was the main one I wanted to know. Okay. Music choice.
So Chantae, give us an update. Tell us what's been going on with you since the last time we got a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, let's see. I had the Olympic trials. I got 8th place there in javelin. So that doesn't sound great when you say it out loud, but I'm pretty proud of myself.
That is amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say out of everybody, like that's ridiculous. Okay,
I wouldn't even place. Okay, so that's amazing.
They wouldn't even let us compete. Forget placement. Right. No. Continue. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I was proud of myself for showing up at the Olympic trials at a new event besides the heptathlon, which I used to do, and placing. Like we had 2 days of throwing, so we had to move on from day 1 to the next day. So I made finals, and then I placed 8th at finals. So big accomplishment that I'm trying to like carry on into next season and remember, and then build off of that. I've decided to train another 3 years at this point. So Paris 2024 is the next Olympics, but we also have 2 worlds in between then, and this next coming year and the next one after that. So those will be the major competitions I'll be training for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I also moved to Virginia, and we're settling into this new house. And I'm also trying to figure out other things outside of track and field to occupy my time and keep me happy.
Got you. Especially if you want to be smiling in heaven,
Yep.
right? So, yeah. So, well, I mean, I guess this kind of diminishes this question, but I was going to ask, you know, even though I know what my answer would be to this for you, but I'm not the one answering the question. For you, you know, was it worth it? But it sounds like you're
before you answer that, can you walk us through your experience and your feelings at finals and trials, and then, you know, once placing?
So I was there, 4 days prior to competition, just getting used to the time zone, and then it was all the way in Oregon, so 3 hours difference, and then it was very hot out there. Oregon temperature is usually between 60s and high 70s, and while we were out there, it was 90s to 100, and that's climate change. And on the track, it was 135 to 145 while we were competing, and it was ridiculous. I just made a comment the other day on social media. I was like, usually the heat does not bother me, but at the Olympic trials, I was like, is it super hot out here, or is it just me? But it was like super hot. I was like, don't even worry about it. Just throw. But it was ridiculously hot. But yeah, going into it, I didn't throw very well, like either day 1 or 2. I didn't even know I threw what I threw on the first day to advance me to the second day. I was like, well, that felt like crap. But my coach was like, we're good. We're good for finals. I was like, oh, okay then. So that was good. But I didn't throw far at all. I threw like 51 something meters, if that means anything to anybody. But I wanted to throw at least 55 meters. If I threw 55 meters, I would have been like, okay, that was fine. We did that. But the goal was to throw like 64 meters, and that didn't happen. So I left there pretty just like, what happened? So, but I've regrouped now and moving on.
Okay. So, and going back to, you know, the previous question, because obviously you have worked amazingly hard, and I mean, on the last podcast episode we talked about the way you have to balance your family life, and also following through with your dreams in terms of competing again in the Olympics and stuff like that. So was it worth it to you?
Oh yeah. It's always worth it. I've had my moments where I can sit there and, like, in Ohio, I remember specifically talking to my husband and like, what have I done with the past 10 years of my life? Like, I feel like I have nothing to show for it, but hey, hang on. Okay, I have very high highs and very low lows throughout my career.
No. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were about to say high expectations, not that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to comment.
I have high expectations too. Same thing. So yeah, he had to talk me out of it and remind me what I was working for.
Good for him. Good for him.
And yeah, it's always worth it, and that's why I'm still doing it. I'm still improving, so I will still continue to do it. And I believe I truly know when I will be satisfied with this career and able to just call it a career.
Gotcha. So do you think a different outcome would have affected your decision to continue on?
No, I think I would have continued on if I made the team or if I didn't make the team, because the next Olympics is only 3 years away.
So how does it feel? Oh, go ahead, Candace.
No, go ahead.
Yes. Because I was going to just switch the topic for off season. You sure? Mm-hmm. You sure?
I'm sure.
So now that you're in off season, how is it like being back, you know, complete with your husband and son and the dogs, you know, everybody in one household together again? How is that like?
Good. Sometimes I get lost mentally with what I'm doing. I'm trying to put the whole house together, and at first it was pretty stressful, just wanting to do everything and also do other stuff online, like continuing like working on my foundation, whatnot, and trying to set up other things for that. So it's been stressful, but also nice to be a whole family again and be able to, I guess, kind of be on the same page for real with what we want to accomplish as a family moving forward.
I'm trying to phrase this in a nice way. I don't know, like how intense is that? Because going from the extreme training and having kind of being, well, I don't know this experience. I don't want to speak like I know. So, you know what I'm saying? So you could correct me as I make this description, but almost a tunnel vision with your training. And then I don't want to make it sound like a letdown or anything like that, but how does it feel to you as the athlete going from that type of focus to the family life? And I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just want to hear how you feel about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like looking back on it, I had to decompress a lot. It took me a while to just look over what happened over the past 6 months and accept it and know how to grow from that situation of training. It was really hard. I had to, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but my coach made me like forget everything I knew about javelin and start over. So like that goes back to my very highs and very low lows, just like really sad that I was not progressing at a rate that I wanted to progress at. So season was hard, but and it was the only thing I could do. My mom was there to help with my son, and like I was just javelin and then take care of my son, javelin, take care of my son. And like I couldn't work in anything else. But now coming out of it, like my vision is wider and I can relax. Like I took a minute where I just did not want to see any javelin videos. I did not want to read anything about how to improve javelin or nothing. I didn't want to talk to my coach. I was like, look, I'm off for javelin for a minute. Don't talk to me. But it's getting better. Obviously I watched the Olympics and watched my friends throw, and yeah, I'm good. It's really refreshing to relax and not be so intense. And then it makes you want to get back into that mode again, like sooner. Because right now I'm like itching to really get back into conditioning for next season.
As far as your foundation goes, so what's the next step with that?
So I still feel kind of lost with, like, I want to help everybody and I want to try to make that, I guess, a smaller category. Women in business is a big priority still, and then also the kids still. So I definitely want those at the forefront of who I'm trying to help always. So the first thing I'm trying to do right now is put together a camp, and I already talked to my the coach back in my hometown and my community, and I'm going to start right there with putting a camp together for javelin and put those funds into my foundation and move forward with doing more javelin camps and then expanding to other events in track and field that I know, and hopefully get into speaking more about my experience and helping to empower other women.
Now, for your camps, are you targeting certain areas, or is it just kind of open to everyone in terms of the kids and stuff like that? I know you mentioned it location wise, but I only asked that because I know, like, long story short, me and Mary recently had a conversation about how in certain inner city areas and stuff like that, there aren't certain programs. So sometimes kids don't even get exposed to certain things to even know if they have a talent or a gift. And so that's kind of why I was wondering.
Yeah, that's exactly how I view javelin. Javelin is not a thing that most states don't even have javelin as a track and field event still. So me doing camps across the country, I've expressed country to my husband that I can expose this little kid to javelin and they will want to do it when they're in college. And that's exactly what Europe does. Europeans start so young with field events and track and field, and I'm like, we need to catch up to that. So me going around exposing little kids, like I don't have javelins for little kids. I have like little plastic turbo jabs that's perfect for exposing them to how to throw and go from there. But yes, like you said about inner city, that's exactly who I want to target too. I was just watching a news story about the Black woman who does water polo and her mission of trying to expose Black kids to swimming, like let them know that they belong in the pool too. So same thing. I want to help kids learn javelin like that.
Good. I like that.
That's awesome.
I like that because you're absolutely right. Like I don't even know. I'm trying to think of my high school team if we had anybody that did javelin.
No.
Like I did shot put, but javelin.
So with your foundation and starting up camp, is that going to be anytime soon? Are you planning one by the end of this year? When is that?
I'm looking to either do it this fall or this spring, depending on the availability of the kids and the track, and just making sure it abides by the state rules. I think there's like a rule that they can't do camps within the same season of their sport in the area that I want to go to. So I'm just making sure everything's correct. So this fall or this spring.
I didn't even know that. So yeah, so like, and I mean, hearing you say that, like, obviously talking about your foundation and what you want, like, just know you're making your mark already.
I'm
you know
working.
what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
You're phenomenal.
Yeah,
Literally.
you're the effort is there, the process is there. You're fine. You're fine. So, like I said, I would really love to be able to see that in terms of your camp and seeing the kids enjoying that, because I think that'd be a big deal.
Yeah, so, I've had 3 in the past, and they were just amazing. They were hard because I wanted to introduce every single kid to all the different events that I know that I can spread my knowledge in, and I couldn't be at each station that I set up at the same time. And I was like, this is driving me nuts because I want to go talk to them and them and them. I can't. So hopefully just backing up and doing one track and field event will help me feel better about the situation and helping every single child that's there.
Good.
That's awesome. That's going to be a great experience. I wish I was a kid now, so I can just come go to the
they
camp.
They have masters javelin, and so we can get you throwing.
Really?
So, but how can people, help in terms of either donating to the organization or like either volunteering or anything? How can they get a hold of you to help in any kind of way? Or is there anything that we can do, what I mean, to help your organization?
I have the donation website set up. It goes into the account, the 501c. The people who manage my 501c aspect of it goes directly to the account, and it's on my website, chantaem.com. It's open all the time for donations. And then if you want to help me have some ideas to help women out there in business, then let me know and we can connect and do that.
Okay. Definitely. Also, I saw on your website that the clothes that are being sold, are they designed by you?
Yes, I made the phrases, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
They're definitely things that I carry throughout my life, my training, and think about weekly while I train. That's why I made them.
Okay. And I believe you said the proceeds that would go to helping you in terms of your training and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but I should go on there and change that to have all the proceeds go to my foundation. I just need to go update that.
Okay. Well, look, that's how we'll say that, to your foundation. Perfect. Okay. So I would say, unless Mary has anything else, I just want to know if you have anything you can lay on us in terms of, what you've been able to learn through your whole process. Because obviously being able to talk to you before the Olympic trials and then now having this opportunity to talk to you after the full process, it would be amazing just to get your overall view of it in terms of anything you've learned about yourself, or anything extra that you can add to our listeners.
Yeah. I would say I learned a lot about myself from an athlete perspective, just what I'm capable as an athlete. Like I said, I had to start over from square one with my coach and learning javelin. So just learning so much about javelin and what I could actually do. Like, I didn't believe in myself. Like, I would believe in myself and then I wouldn't believe in myself. So learning that I was capable of just improving and listening to him and doing what he said and having him reassure me like, hey, you're doing everything I ask of you. There's nothing more we can do. This is happening. You're amazing. Like, I needed that from him to help myself just know that I am an amazing athlete doing this. And that has helped me like want to train another 3 years and believe in myself and believe that I can do this and make the next Olympic team.
What's one thing you wish you could go back and tell yourself during the finals?
Probably from a technique standpoint, leave my arm back longer. That doesn't make any sense to you, but my timing was so terrible. I couldn't put a throw together, and I just needed to leave my throwing arm back a smidge longer. It's not even like a full second. It's just like a half a second longer.
So do you have like videos that you go back and watch, or is this just okay? So I was wondering if you actually like looking at your form, or if it was just something you felt like, oh my gosh, I
definitely felt it, and I definitely can see it, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I felt. So yeah, I'm always critiquing my own video. I'm always critiquing other athletes' videos to help me learn and improve.
Do you get nervous?
I was nervous this time around. Going into any other 2012 or 2016 trials, I was not nervous. I felt prepared. And I guess this time around, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how prepared I was. So I was very nervous on day one. And then going into the final day, I was not as nervous. But yeah, my nervous system was not helping me on the final day.
See, if you had that Cardi B Pandora
I tried. I was trying to listen to hype music and drink my pre-workout, and nothing was there on the second day. It's just hot. That's all that was there. It was hot.
I was going to ask, do you think that affected you? I mean, not to put any, but yeah.
I really don't really think about it, but yeah, that day I was like, it's hot. No, it's not hot. Just throw. Yeah.
And that's kind of scary for it to be so hot, like you said.
I know. A lot of the competitions got changed around. They delayed the competitions a few hours later when it was not as hot. And NBC was not having that. They're like, no, we have a set schedule. They need to run at this time. It's like, no, the athlete is not running in this temperature. So
money talks. That's what that is. Money talks. So NBC is like, you are not messing with our money. Oh, wow. That's horrible, though. I saw that was kind of happening, the same thing in Tokyo, where people were like having different issues and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hopefully next time around will be better.
Yeah, I think it will. I felt like this Olympics didn't have like a magical effect like usually. And then I was like, maybe it's just the fans weren't there and that was it. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was, it did I give you that. It probably was.
Don't get me wrong. There were some great moments.
It does make a difference.
It wasn't like all spectacular like it should be.
Yeah. Well, Chantae, is there anything else you want to cover? Is there anything that you want to talk about that you have going on?
No. I'm here to empower anybody listening, and I hope that they're out there trying to be the best version of themselves if they're listening to this.
Excellent. Oh, I will say this really quick. So we've been advocating for our husbands to get stationed in the DC area.
Okay.
So
Yes.
It probably won't happen, but
I don't know how we got this. Like, we had no idea. When we got these orders, we're like, what? How?
Were you guys hoping you were going somewhere particular?
Yeah, we thought we were going to Washington State, and then we got these orders, and they were like, someone messed up. They sent us to the wrong Washington. But nope. One of the higher ups was like, Lang Horse, you better be happy with this. If you're not, you got 8 minutes to decide if you want to go to Fort Hood or there. He's like, no, we're going.
No, sir. But okay. But yeah, so you have to tell us how you end up liking it. Like I said, DC has a lot of spots.
I'm learning so much. I downloaded the app Fever, and I'm going to go to an art event this weekend. So much more to do than Alabama.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I know about
hopefully
Alabama.
we'll be able to actually meet you in person. You know, we happen to do another DC trip.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because we recently went up there together. So yeah, we may be heading that way again as a visit.
I'll be here.
All right.
Well, Chantae, we thank you for coming on again and just talking with us. It was great to catch up with you. And just remember, you're doing great. Mm-hmm. You may not see it, but from everyone else that sees and knows and watch you as you're going through this journey, you're awesome. You're phenomenal. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. And good luck on the training and going forward. You know, we definitely are rooting for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and close it up with our affirmation.
I almost forgot about that too. Okay.
Yeah, I see.
I am enough.
I have the power to create the life I desire.
I am worthy of my dreams.
I am worthy of my dreams. All right. Well, hopefully we'll be seeing you soon in person, Chantae. Hey. Take care. We'll hit you up.
Bye.
All right. And remember, Sean says, you got this.
You got this, girl.